Let's talk about Paraguay's electricity authority requests higher rates for crypto miners. Partial veto of mining legislation. The legislature last month approved a bill regulating crypto mining and trading in the country. Paraguay's National Electricity Administration, ANDI is what we're going to call it, presented a draft decree to President Mario Abdo's National Economic Team asking to charge a higher tariff to crypto mining companies. Now remember, this has already happened in Kazakhstan. And basically, they've made themselves completely uncompetitive. I shouldn't say completely, but for the most part, uncompetitive for cryptocurrency mining, as they are charging miners basically 5 cents a kilowatt hour now. And that is not really competitive when we're talking about those third world countries, etc. And I just don't like, this seems to be something that will continue down the line. In addition, ANDI President Felix Sosa told a local radio station he will ask Abdo to partially veto the legislature's recently passed bill regulating crypto mining and trading. At issue, according to Sosa, is a cap on the rate. Okay, hold on. Let's get through this. At issue, according to Sosa, is a cap on the rate that can be charged to miners at just 15% the industrial rate. Basically, we're still talking about the basically targeted increases in electricity costs for people that are mining cryptocurrency. And obviously, this is the second country that is discussing it. Kazakhstan's already put it in place. It's kind of a big deal, right? So at issue, according to Sosa, is a cap on the rate that can be charged to miners at just 15% above the industrial rate. So you're going to have an industrial rate that, frankly, in my humble opinion, isn't any less wasteful in general than cryptocurrency mining. Just my 2 cents. But on that point, we believe that the cap has to respond to a cost structure so that it is viable for the installation of electric power, Sosa said, adding that he wants mining companies to pay their tariffs in advance in US dollars. That is hilarious too. He doesn't want the money in the local peso there. He's like, pay that in the US dollar, please, because our economy is going to trash. And now we're also going to make it harder for the people that could help boost our economy to actually move here. Oh my goodness. This is just madness. In the Alto Parana area, I think I said that correct. According to Sosa, illegal connections by mining companies led to losses of $410,000 in July alone, bringing losses to $2.2 million for the first 7 months of the year. In some cases, mining companies were paying between 80 and 160 times less than the corresponding amount for their real energy consumption, according to ANDI. Sounds like you have not an issue of the miners using too much power, but you're not tracking it good enough, which is actually kind of hilarious because you want to charge them more, but apparently you have process issues in your governments and your utility management. So it's your fault. I'm just saying, this is hilarious. This is like when people want to just like blame other people for all their problems when in fact they need to fix their own processes. If they fix that, they could probably make up that $410,000 in July alone and not be increasing the costs. It's absolutely ridiculous. Bad move, Paraguay. And everybody's going to move all of their currency into stable coins and your economy is going to continue to collapse. Good job. Core Scientific sold more Bitcoin in July than it mined. The miner still holds 1,205 Bitcoins and expects to continue to sell its mined coins to pay for expenses. Core Scientific, one of the largest Bitcoin miners by hash rate, produced 1,221, there we go, Bitcoins in July, while selling 1,975 to pay for capital and growth expenses. The miner received a total of $44 million, or $22,000 each, according to a statement published Friday. Core used the cash from the sale for capital investments related to increasing data center capacity and to pay Bitmain for 100,000 mining rigs ordered in 2021. Core said it had less than $10 million in payments remaining for the rigs, excluding shipping and customs charges. The company still holds 1,205 Bitcoins and approximately $83 million in cash on its balance sheet. During the month of July, we continued to enhance liquidity, strengthen our balance sheet, streamline our organization, and make further progress toward achieving our 2022 operating objectives, CEO Mike Levitt said in the statement. The sale comes after miner offloaded 7,202 Bitcoins in June to raise about $167 million. The company is not alone, as Bitcoin miners have started to sell their mined digital assets this year to pay for expenses during the bear market. Most recently, peer Riot Blockchain said it sold 275 Bitcoins in July, generating $5.6 million. Once again, I do want to bring this up, the cyclical nature of Bitcoin, if you're operating at this type of level, would say that you would want to have a much higher cash balance during the bull run. And if you hit an all-time high, especially an all-time high that is more than 300% of what the previous all-time high was on Bitcoin, you should probably move out into a cash position. In fact, this will be my number one goal and priority in the next bull run, to basically say, hey, at $200,000, we're pulling out, we're getting a cash position, and we're prepping for the bear market. And everybody will yell at me and say it's going to continue to go higher, and I will once again tell them it's going to go back down to $60,000. And then it'll go back down to $60,000, and everyone will be like, Bitcoin's dead, it's never coming back, you are terrible, and this is just terrible, and blah blah blah. And then we'll get all the same stuff all over again, because we get it every single time. But if you are operating, my only point being really is, if you're operating at this kind of level with a mining company, you should have yourself in a cash position during the bull run. Pretty much at this point, you should be purchasing more equipment, that sort of thing. Obviously, they are purchasing more equipment. They just didn't get themselves into a cash position before then. Core expects to continue selling, excuse me, let me get some more water. There we go. I think I asked, look, this coffee is good, but I can't talk when I drink it. Core expects to continue selling self-mined Bitcoins to pay operating expenses, fund growth, retire debt, and maintain liquidity. The miner said it has about 195,000 mining rigs with total hash rate of about 19.3 exahash per second, which it says is the largest mining capacity of any listed company in North America. Core's operation is a blend of self-mining and hosting for other miners. The shares of the mining company are about 4% on Friday, and outperforming some of the mining peers and the price of Bitcoin. And obviously, if you can get a cash balance there and get more investments and order more miners, it only makes sense that you would be able to hopefully increase your stock price. Look, good job, Core. I think that they're doing probably one of the best. It does suck that there's so much selling pressure on Bitcoin, but it's not necessarily unexpected right now with the current circumstances. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here or more crypto content down here. Also, I'd like you to check out my locals page at sonofatech.locals.com, where you can become a member for free or choose to be a $5 a month supporter that unlocks additional content.